All right, I'm in the Ventura Open. I'm in the opening. I'm in the weekend round of the rookie division in my 77 account. Playing with some upper developed clubs. And let's see what we can get done. We did not get it done on the front. That's pretty much the minimum score that we're looking for is minus 13 on a side. We need to shoot minus 15 on a side to have any shot. Minus 15 plus to have any shot. And that was not a get yourself in contention round. I'm going to lay it up in front. And I've hit 3 shots perfect into the cup this week, and one of them went in. So my luck on this hole is not good. I'm going to take a low wind ball. Here we roll. Whatever I have in my bag, that'll work. I go first. Yeah, I already picked the ball. No, Playdemic. No, I can pick it again. No problem, Boots. No problem. Yeah, just let me know how many times you need me to pick my ball. I do that like every time we have a full pack, right? I think they could fix that stuff. It's not like the game's on. I mean, I get it. The game's only been out for 3 years, three and over. It's hard to fix those little teeny things. Hit it great on the inside, I think. It's like the Facebook stuff where you're out on the course and you're playing and it's flashing on that your Facebook friends are online. Like, do I really need to know that while I'm out on the course? Are you the spectator that's out there yelling and screaming while we're out there shooting? It's gotten to the point where I don't even log into Facebook unless I'm playing, unless my teammates want to play. I don't even log into Facebook. I don't log my accounts in because all it is just spam fest. We're getting emojied by Golf Clash and Facebook. You think that irritates me? See if they can get on. I've seen people get on this week. That was nice. Very nice. Very nice. Now that's the way to get on right there. You need to go back and watch their video and see how they did that. That was very nice. Very well done. So I'm right at minimum club. Minimum club is 2.5, so it's going to be a ring and a quarter. So there's a ring and a half. There's a ring and a quarter. Oh, you suck. Oh, my timing sucks so bad this week. It's just not even funny. I've missed that cut by that much. It's all about hitting perfect, and I am. Oh! Oh! Yep. That's how the whole week's gone right there. That's how some tournaments go. I'm definitely not the guy that wins every week. That's the thing. Some weeks I'm on and some weeks I'm off. And this week I'm just slightly off my game. And it all has to do with the perfect shot. All right, that was hole number 1, or hole number 10, I should say. Not getting it done. This next hole is just flat out pissing me off. I feel like dunking it. I'd have just as good a shot dunking it. Hey, are you going to jack me up here or what? I don't even care what I go out there with. I'm just going to go out there. I'll switch balls when I'm out there. I'll switch to a Navigator or a Marlin. This hole, I've gotten so bad on this hole as the week has gone on that it's not even, it's actually funny. Because as soon as the tournament's over, I'll catch this hole, I'll go up to Tour 7 and it'll be like right on the deal and I'll be right back into the 0.5, 0.25 in the hole, 0.5, 0.25 in the hole. I've hit of the par threes that are out there, there's a couple of the newer par threes that are super hole in oneable. But of the old holes, I've probably hit more hole in ones on this hole than any other hole in the game. And this week I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Okay, it's a 1.1 times 1.8 is 2 rings. I'm going to do a 2-ring pool. Try and hit it perfect. Oh, fuck. Oh! If I'd have hit that perfect, it'd have been on the other side of the cup. I'm right there in between the deal. I've changed my adjustment on this hole. Because normally in one-on-one play, I don't do any elevation adjustment. I just take the shot because normally it's all about distance. So if you have your distance right, so you're always stopping at the shortest distance that you were from the cup. And so I'm usually not that worried about elevation stuff when I'm playing one-on-one. There's some holes that you just know. You're so far downhill, you know that you need to do a 20 or a 30% adjustment. But usually on that hole, I don't. I just shoot it straight up. And so I've tried different wind adjustments this week. And part of the deal is that I've just hit so few perfects that I can't get any reads this week. Normally after the opening round, I go through and I watch all the video. And I watch the shot setup going into the cup. And I have enough perfects that I can go through and really get a good look. I'll have perfects on every hole so I can go through and really get a good look at all the holes. But this week, let's see what the math is. So I played 3 accounts. So 3 times 18. Well, actually, 3 times 27. I played 81 holes this week, plus the front 9, plus the front 9 with my 88 account. And I'll bet you out of those 90 shots to the green, I hit less than 10 perfect. So to say that you're going to not make many would be an understatement. Okay, I'm going to be 4 rings off on this hole. I'm doing a max over power hook shot. I'm using a power 5 ball, extra mile, trying to get into my rapier range. I need a 2 side spin ball. That's all I need. Open up a chest, get it rolling. Need an empty slot. Yeah, let's get one of those rolling. See if we can save a gem or two before we start opening up that platinum. Four rings off the transitional surface. See what my opponent's going to do. They're going to try and walk themselves around the corner. And I give them a better than 50% chance that they will if they curl this, that they will end up in the rough. And they didn't adjust for the wind, so they're already halfway. They're only one ring off, so if they hit this great to the left, they're in the rough. They might make that close. But that was a nice shot. They were able to get it done. Be 4 rings off. 2-8. It's about that much. Max overpower hook. And I got all of it. Like all of it. Now it's just a matter of whether that's perfect. That's what I've been looking for all week. Is to try and get that kind of run up to the cup. Still have a shit ton of work to get done, but I'm in the right spot for the first time. 4 rings off that transitional surface. Fully extended. Take out the wind. See if my opponent can get in the hole. I'm so demoralized this week by how bad I've been playing as far as hitting the perfect shots that I have. I give myself about a 10% chance that I'm going to get this in the hole. That's not good. Got to stay positive. We're going to get this in the hole. I'm going to change my luck around. I'm going to tear it up on the back. Where am I at in my club? Okay, let's just hit this perfect. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Finally getting something to drop. Jeez. Only took 72 holes. All right, that was hole number 12 of the Ventura Open. How to get the Albie. All right, hole number 13. Let's forget all about what's happened in the past and let's do one hole at a time. Got a little change of attitude there, so let's go at it. Okay, this hole right here. I need to be, there's a spot and I need to be on the outside edge of that spot. I'm 2 cuts up and 2 cuts. I'm 2 cuts up above the hole and 2 cuts to the right. And I'm doing a Saturn backspin shot with a Kingmaker. One of these bags I have a Saturn, I'm sure. And the reason I'm using a Saturn instead of my Grim Reaper is I've done this shot a lot with a Saturn, and I know the area that I need to be in, and I don't want to move off. I don't want to have to start over from scratch. Sometimes the way that the wind is blowing here, it's been really difficult to set the shot up with the Saturn because you're so close to the red line where the Grim Reaper would actually come in really handy. But the way the wind's blowing today, we actually have a little bit of extra room. The last time we were on this hole, we got dead headwind. I mean, it was like right in our face. So I'm going to be right there. That puts me right in front of that rough area, 2, 3. I'm not doing any adjustment here other than just a normal wind adjustment. So there's 1.9. That leaves me 4. It's a little less than a quarter. Ah. Great. I hit it great to the left on the front and was about the same distance off, actually a little closer. And then hit it great to the right. Arr. In my lower level account, I haven't played my lower level account yet. This is how I'm having to come at it. It's really, if you're trying to get a hole in one, it's the only. And what I'm doing here is I'm doing 2 things. Number one, I'm 3 rings off that transitional surface. I want to stay the hell away from that transitional surface. I want to try and be able to do my wind adjustment and not have to get over that rough or into that sand. And I would highly recommend, and I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment as well down there at the bottom. At the top, I'm not doing a 20%, but at the bottom I am, because you're so far down that hill. I've said this before on several of the other videos I've shot this week for this. If you don't use the wind ring method, you eyeball it. Do not. I would highly recommend that you do not do that bottom shot. Because if your adjustment's off, even if you do the wind ring method and your adjustment's off just a little bit, you can be in big trouble. So if Scooby's listening, don't take that shot, Scooby, at the bottom, because he doesn't use it. I started shooting these videos for my buddy Scooby so that he could learn how to use the wind ring method, so he could learn how to play the game. And back in the day when the game first came out, okay, everybody sit down. When the game first came out and the wind ring method, it was only probably 3 months after the game came out. The guy that figured out the wind ring method came out with the video, and then Tommy kind of hosted his video, came back out with it and hosted it. Tommy did not use the wind ring method. So my buddy Scooby was like, well, Tommy doesn't use the wind ring method. Why should I use the wind ring method? I use Tommy's method. I just eyeball it. If you watch Tommy now, I guarantee he uses the wind ring method. All right, that was hole 13. Hole 14. What I got for hole 14? Oh, yeah. I'd like to get the Albie on this once this week. I don't get Albies on this hole very often. It's not a high percentage Albie hole, but it would be nice to get one. The last couple of shots I've taken on here, I've been really close. I'm going to take this bag right here. And I want to be 290. I think 290 is right where I want to be. Oh, let's make sure. Let's go make sure. I switched some of those bags around. I want to see I got my sniper in there. Wasn't sure. I think it's 290 is where I'd really like to be. That gives me a straight in shot, and the trees are on the right-hand side. The trees are far enough on the right-hand side that if I did catch a grate to the right, I'm not going to clip the trees. I'm trying to take those trees, and I won't have to put a lot of movement on it in order to get it to the hole. And as it goes down that hill to the hole, it does drop. It does drift a little to the right. And the last time we were here on the front 9, I was trying to get it on track to it. Didn't quite have enough time to be able to work it out to get it right there, and hit perfect and was just off on the right-hand side of the cup. I never can figure out why people hit over to the other side, because distance is not going to help you here. It's going to hurt you because you're going to get behind those trees. And you can get around those trees really easy. You can start your shot off on the left-hand side and just use curl, and you'll wrap yourself right around those trees, and those trees won't play a factor. But as far as your shot setup, if you're trying to really dial it into the cup, like they have very little window right here to dial that up. I don't need a whole lot. I'm going to do this and not use any curl. 2-7. Yeah, I'm going to lean just a little. It feels wrong not to do some. Hitting it perfect. That should be just about right. 290? 290. That's what I'm talking about. That's where we're looking for. Now with the Marlin, I played this hole so much with the Marlin that it's super easy. 3.5 topspin. That's all it takes. 3.5 topspin. 2 rings off of this transitional surface between the rough and the fairway. Take the wind out. About 3/4 curl on a Guardian, which isn't a lot. And max overpower. And bam, you're pin high. And it doesn't matter whether you're in pro or rookie, you're in the same exact spot out here on the fairway. And I've done that shot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and only failed when I didn't hit a perfect or a great. And you don't have to hit perfect on that shot. You got plenty of room. Ooh, is it going to hit the... Yep, they got lucky and they got to it. They picked up that last little bit of distance. You get caught up there on the top and you're screwed. This is an old green. Look how big it is. They could play football on this green. It's going to drop a little to the right, but I'm going to move it just a little. Okay, 3-3. 3 1/3 rings. Just try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look here. This might be the best look I've had all week. Yeah, not enough speed. Not enough speed. About another half a topspin. About 4.5 topspin. Every time this hole comes out in a tournament, I go, I'm going to play this with my Guardian and a Marlin because that's how I play it all the time. Your chances of getting I'll be here are pretty low. I got just as good a chance with a Marlin and a Guardian as anybody has with a sniper and a good ball. And then the tournament comes out and I'm like, nah, I got to go for it. And then I'm always screwed up at the beginning of the week on this hole because it's a totally different setup with the sniper. Because to be honest with you, with the Guardian, I don't care where I'm at out there. I don't care if I'm close to the trees, behind the trees. It doesn't matter. Just pop the ball up out there. It's the same shot over and over. I will forfeit. I think this next hole, yeah, we're on hole number 6. We're back on hole number 6. We've got to get an eagle on this hole. Good luck in the tournament. Exit. Ain't got no crystal ball. All right, hole number 15. Let's go look at hole number 15. I just want to look at it. I'm taking the blue line. 4 backspin. 3.5. No less than 3.5. Using a Kingmaker and an extra mile. If I need anything else other than that and my putter, I'm in big trouble. And I'd really like to do this and not have to use my putter. I have caught a hole-in-one on this once. Let's see if we can do it again. Absolutely need to hit perfect on the drive. You might get lucky and be able to hit it great on the inside on the setup that I'm doing. But if you hit anything great to the left, you're in big trouble. It's almost guaranteed to end up in the sand. The tolerance down there is so tight that on the right-hand side, you're fine. And on a perfect, you're fine, but where in the hell are you going? Other than the sand trap on the other side. I hope they hit that perfect. I want to see where it's going to go. I think it looked like it was going to go in the sand trap on the other side. Yep, I was right. That's exactly where it looked like it was going to go to me. Okay, I want to be in the pocket. There's 3.5. Three one. I'm gonna do a 3-3 pull. So there's 3-1. There's 3-3. I'm gonna put some curl on it to bring it back to the cup. I think I hit it perfect. Maybe a little lag. Now it's all about if I can clip the rough. The key here is to get this bounce to clip that rough so that it stops up by the hole instead of breezing past it by a mile. These putts from down here at the bottom coming up are not my cup of tea. See if they can get into the hole from here. All this takes is a perfect shot. Wind is not going to be a factor here, so I would have aimed that right towards. If they hit it great to the left, it have a really good shot of going in. Hit it perfect. In the hole. Nice shot. Hit it perfect. In the hole. I don't like doing putts where you can't see the cup. You can't see where your line's going through. You don't know if your line's going through here or if it's going through at the bottom when it starts to glow. Those uphill putts like that are not my favorite. But of the putts that I've had on that hole this week, that was one of the easier ones. I will forfeit. See if my opponent's going to forfeit. Are they trying to forfeit? I guess not. Maybe they were waiting for me to forfeit. All right, that was hole number, what was that? That was hole number 15. So these last 3 holes, these are not the highest percentage holes in the world. But I have been so close on hole number 7. I made 1 hole-in-one on this hole this week. And I'm taking the black line because the black line, there's 2 ways to do the black line, bounce on the island or a rough bump. The white line is a figment of somebody's imagination. Taking a grizzly. I'm taking a navigator, I believe. A 1 power low wind. And I'm doing 20% on the wind. So I'm going to get my trusty dusty calculator out. That's 1.2 times whatever the wind is, divided by 1. Swoops. See if I go first. See if it's me or my opponent. I go first. We got 4.4 wind. So that's 5 1/3 rings. That's the biggest wind I've had all week. And it's 4, 1. It's 5.5 1/3 rings. There's 5 1/3. Oh, God damn it. What's funny is that those shots are right. If I go back and blow those shots up, and I'm going to go back and blow up a bunch of shots this week, those are some of those shots. If I blow that spot up, they look perfect. Like when I'm releasing, those shots are perfect, but they're great in the weekend round. One of my friends, Hank, Hammer and Hank, and my buddy Dale, we've had long discussions about this. Iceman, he's a streamer, and he talks about the great perfects, where if you blow it up and look at it, you're actually in that center yellow ring. You're in the perfect zone, but they're giving you greats. And what's funny is that if you have a less accurate club, you're more apt to hit a perfect, which is like kind of defeats the purpose of having super accurate clubs. Sometimes I'm not sure if my timing's off in the weekend in the tournament rounds, or if they've changed that. And it's not that I think that, they're not targeting any one thing. I'm not wearing a tin hat here and they've got some conspiracy out there. It's just part of their algorithm on how it works for everybody. Some of the shots that we hit that are perfect, we hit them perfect, but they're showing great. And there's a lot of documentation about it. There's a lot of people that stream that have posted stuff about it. And I went through and watched some of my videos and blown up shots, taking pictures of that screenshot, and then went and blown it up to see where it's actually at. And like that shot right there, as far as timing goes, it's like, man, that's. Go back and look at that and see where it's at. It on my end, it felt like it was perfect. All right. Did not get the hole-in-one on that. And I don't know how I can get deeper into the hole. I wanted to do a dunk. I was able to do a dunk earlier today on hole number 8. And I think the deal is where I need to land down in. I tried to do a dunk earlier on the white line, and where I was at, I was just a little short of distance. I couldn't quite do the dunk. I almost think I need to bring a 4-power ball because I'm not sure. You really have to push the limits to get up into the spot. What kind of 4-power ball do I have? A bunch of that. I've got an odd number. I got 1 extra of those. It takes 5 per round if you're playing in a tournament. I'm gonna play it with this. Let's make sure that bag was right. That's right. And this will throw my setup off on the drive because I've got a 4-power ball instead of a 3-power ball. I could bring out my extra mile and try and just get over to the other island and chip it on from there. This is not one of my favorite holes in the game. And one-on-one, I love this hole. And I love this hole because people epic fail on it all the time. And I always play in one-on-one to the left. And I bring out a QB or a rock and I set it up over here. And I only try and get, I'm not trying to get way out there. I'm trying to, there's two shadows. The first two shadows, I'm trying to get in between them. And there's two shots. You can take a sniper and wrap it around, or you can take a guardian and go straight at it. And I take that shot and I never end up in the rough and I never end up too close to the trees and I'm always in a good spot. But in tournament play, if you're really trying to go for it, this side over here definitely lends itself to trying to go for it. So I'm going to pull back a little from the... It's 4-4. I'm going to do a 4-8 pull. I've been doing 10% on the drive and 5% into the cup. Isn't it perfect? Now let's see if I got my distance right, or if I just wasted a 4 power ball and shot it into the rough. That should work. You got to get up to the top of the hill if you bring a 3 power ball in order to get into dunk range, and it's real risky when you get up on top of that hill. Now the thing about this is that my opponent has, you can't do any, if you're going that direction, you can't do any curl because of this tree. You can actually, this tree is in play. And so if you're in the spot that my opponent's in, what I normally do is I set my shot up with my sniper. I do exactly what my opponent's doing. I usually end up about a couple rings off, max backspin, max side spin, and then I do max curl, and it just throws you around that tree and you're on the green. Now, if you just put a little bit of curl on it, you're putting that tree into risk. Whew, a little bit more than that, and they would have been sunk. That was just piss poor shot setup right there. That is the spot that I end up in, very similar to that range. So I've taken that shot tons and tons and tons of times. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I brought a 4 power ball just so that I could do this. All right. So it's... So the wind's going to push me forward right in that range. 2.5 off, 2 off. But just a titch of overpower. Hitting it perfect. Close. That dunk was not close. It's funny that club hits 1.8 per ring. It was 3.4. So it's 3.4 win times 1.05 would be 3.57. That's how many rings I would have had to pull it. Is that right? 3.57 wind divided by 1.8 would have been 2 rings, and I was like 2.5. So I put that little teeny bit of overpower on it, which is about a ring. So I suppose. That's funny that earlier today I was able to do the dunk on this, and today and now I wasn't on 2 shots. And I even brought out a power 4 ball, and I was a little shy up there on the top, but not that shy. But both times through, my opponent got a par. That's how that hole works. All right. So it looks like, let's see how many people have played in this bracket. I have no shot at a win here, and we have most of the people haven't played. So I'll be lucky if I shoot. What track am I on? Am I on a 27 track? Yeah, I'm on a 27 track. That's probably going to be a top 20 by the time it's all said and done. It'll probably be a top 15, top 20, somewhere in that neighborhood, but no shot at a win. Okay, hole number 18. Let's go look at it. Hole number 18. All right, I'm doing a max over par hook shot from over here, and I will be right back. Hold on one second. All right, I wanted to go back and watch where I hit that shot because this is the first time I've ever done this max over par hook shot on hole number 18. And the first time I took it, I nailed it. I mean, hammered it. And then since then, it's been hit or miss. So I wanted to see exactly where I set it up to make sure that I hadn't forgot what I was doing. Let me open up one of those chests. Because we're going to win this hole. And that'll fill up all my slots for me. All right, here we go. Make sure we're rolling. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. It's been one of those weeks where I'm just slightly off. My teammates are tearing it up this week, though. I will tell you that. I got a bunch of teammates that are just absolutely on fire. And I expect the banners on Sunday night, Monday morning are going to be pretty good. We're definitely going to be getting some people winning. Seen some fantastic scores, over 30. All right, let's see if we can get this ball to go up where we want and get a dunk Albie at the end of this disappointing week and get myself to 28. I haven't been able to get to 28 in this account. I've been right there, but just haven't been able to get it done. Two. It's about a ring. And I got it all. That's is it gonna get over? I need to go just a little further out. Just barely clipped that rough and slowed me down, and I don't know. I may have just a little teeny bit of a window there, but I think I'm going to be in between clubs. I needed to get forward probably about 20 yards in order to have the shot 10 yards. I'm going to be right in between clubs is where I think I'm going to be. It's going to be super close. And the deal is that if I'm in between clubs, I'm going to have to come at it from the same direction that my opponent's coming at it and limp on just to get my eagle and move on. Because the Guardian doesn't have enough backspin to stick. Oh, that's not good. Oh, you got to be shitting me. I'm right in between clubs, right where I need to be. Okay, so 3-8. 2 rings is 3-8. Let's get so that I'm squared up with the wind. I'll put just a little bit of power on it. Hit it 1 ring great to the left. Gave it the old college try. I needed to be forward about 10 yards. Clipping that rough, coming around the bend, just that little teeny clip slowed me down enough. I only got into the spot where I could do I took that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and in 8 times I ended up in the perfect spot twice. Not good. right, let's hit it perfect. What do you give me the red face for? Why would they give me the red face? They're guaranteed a birdie now. They put themselves in trouble. I'm mystified sometimes. What's the deal? I'm not even going to tell him good luck. Screw you, dude. I didn't take your shots. All right. Those are definitely not going to hold up there at the top. So we just have, there's probably 70 people in this bracket that haven't gone. So by the time it's done, I really don't see a 27. Maybe. I don't have really good tiebreakers coming in, so it's probably going to be a top 15. For sure a top 20, but I doubt that I'm going to be in the top 10 just because I don't have any tiebreakers coming in. I tanked my qualifying round, and I didn't do bad in my opening round with a 27. And I did pick up an Albie in both rounds, so I have that going for me. So I should be, as far as the 27s, I won't be the lowest 27. In their qualifying round, they got a 13. So I won't be the lowest, but it'll be unlikely that I'll get a top 10. Probably a top 15. Not too bad. I really would like to get a top 10. I feel like I'm a top 10 player, so my whole goal every week is to be in the top 10, and if you're in the top 10, you're giving yourself an opportunity for a win. And so we'll have to see how it plays out, but right now in third, but like I said, that is absolutely not going to hold. All right, that was the Santa Ventura Open, or the Ventura Open tournament in the weekend round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.